Hey guys, the editor. I'm coming at you guys with a Monday Night Raw review and discussion video talking about, what day was this? May 26th, 2025. We're going to be talking about Raw and what happened on it. This show was alright. There was some things in here that were pretty enjoyable. I liked it a lot better than like the most recent SmackDown that we had, which I thought was a sleeper. But this was alright. So we're gonna dive into it. The first thing that happened was Seth Rollins, and his whole group comes out, and it's Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, blah blah blah, come out and deliver like a 15-minute promo or something. Solid promo. Seth Rollins is pretty good on the mic, always has been really. And this is some of my favorite stuff when Rollins is a heel. And then the next segment, we're backstage talking to the Judgment Day, and then Liv Morgan's back. Whoa. Roxanne Perez tried to give old Dom some chicken nuggets. It was like 50 or 60 of them, a lot of nuggets there. And then Liv Morgan's back all of a sudden. And so that dynamic's going to go somewhere with, some drama between them two because Roxanne's around. So that's going to be interesting, I guess. And then after that, we had a squash match with Portizawa and Rusev, where Rusev beat him in just a couple minutes. Kept a hold on him, and then all of a sudden, Sheamus comes out, and then they have a little stare down. So Sheamus and Rusev is coming up at some point, Money in the Bank, or maybe after that, I don't know. Maybe it'll just be on a Raw. I'm interested in it. I did miss Rusev. I like Rusev. I hated him when I was a kid, whenever he was around in like 2014. I did not like Rusev at all. And then we had this really weird segment in the backstage area with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. These are two comedians, if you want to call them that. And they had this segment where Bert already looks red as a cherry, and then he gets slapped in the chest by, I can't remember which one, Eric or Ivar, one of the Viking guys. He's even redder than he already was, and then we move on to the next segment, which I got written down here, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn in the backstage area. Not really much to say on that. Basically, Sammy just saying, like, why didn't I go out there and when Seth was talking? And then Jay's like, well, what, you gonna go out there and get your ass beat by 3 people at the same time? Basically is what that was. We had the New Day and the Creed brothers and the War Raiders in a triple threat tag match for the tag team championships. I didn't really pay attention to this match that much because neither of those teams are going over. Obviously, the New Day are going to keep the belts. I don't even know what team they could lose it to, honestly. The Raw tag division isn't that great. I don't like the SmackDown tag division either. I don't really like the tag division as a whole. The only teams I like right now is New Day and DIY, and the Street Profits are cool. Their matches are usually cool, especially that ladder match. That was cool as well. And then we had Jey Uso and Gunther having a promo in the ring there. It was decent. It was basically the same thing like they was talking about before Mania. Just more of the same Gunther versus Jay stuff. Will he be the world champ come the Raw after Money in the Bank? We'll see, because the main event of Money in the Bank is going to be the tag match between Cena, Logan, and Jay and Cody. And let's say Rollins wins the briefcase that night, he could cash in on Jay at the end of the night. And then I guess it would be Rollins versus Gunther at Raw? I don't know. We'll see. I know something's going to happen. There's a reason why they're putting this on a Raw. Why they're not, it's not on the Money in the Bank, I don't know. It's weird. And then we had Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan, a match I did not care about. Roxanne Perez comes out there, and I don't know what Raquel Rodriguez was mad about, but she was mad at Roxanne for coming out and then successfully distracting the ref. I don't know. That was yeah. And then Kairi Sane picks up the win. Lyra and Becky do have a promo in the ring here. Well, Becky stood outside and Lyra's in the ring. Pretty good promo. I'm looking forward to this match because the first one they had at Backlash was pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen. I could see Becky, honestly, taking it off of her, the title. So, we'll see. I didn't even know this happened, but apparently AJ Styles hit Chad Gable backstage. So, that's going to be a feud going in soon, I guess. Oh, I didn't even talk about a certain match that happened. It was the qualifying match with Penta, Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. But Penta wins the match thanks to a interference by El Hijo del Vikingo. I'm just going to say Vikingo. I don't know how to say the first 3 words there. But yeah, sorry about the late discussion on that one. I literally forgot about it. I'm sorry. And then we had Sami Zayn backstage. This is more towards the end of the show. Sami Zayn backstage talking to the cult leader, as I call him, Karrion Kross, which he just goes around and screams at people, and everybody says they need to push him Well, they need to put him in the ring before they can do anything. I haven't seen this guy have a match in forever. And what the hell happened to his, like, posse? Those two bodyguard guys and the old guy that looked like Walter White. What happened to all that? That was, like, on SmackDown, wasn't it? Now he's just backstage trolling everybody. And then, the beef of the night, my favorite stuff. We had a triple threat between Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Going into this, I figured Seth Rollins was going to be the one who won. And there was a couple false finishes there, but yes, Seth Rollins was the one who won, which it would have been really weird if he lost, just to go ahead and say that, because it would have just killed all momentum for that group, unless Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker had a qualifying match. That would be the only way you could save it, I guess. But yeah, Rollins going to Money in the Bank. Now that happened, I'm leaning more towards Rollins probably going to win the briefcase. I don't know. We'll see, unless there's some kind of interference. But the match was pretty solid. I did like it a lot. Dominic Mysterio throws a chair in the ring and accidentally cost a match for Finn Balor. They're doing it again. Dominic messed it up for Finn. And I really hope that since now Finn's got nothing to do, he's not in Money in the Bank, Dominic doesn't even have an opponent. Come on, please, let's get this Dom and Finn thing started. It's been too long. It's been too damn long. They've been teasing it forever, and every time, like, Dominic accidentally screws over Finn, it's just like, oh, that's okay, buddy. We'll work on it next time. Like, come on. Just fight each other already. I'm ready for it. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that come, like, next week and see if that moves anywhere or if Finn just automatically forgives him again. And then we had, shortly after that, Rollins' music is playing and he's talking to Bronson and Braun, that's kind of hard to say, about, you know, picking up Sammy and Jay to beat the hell out of them. All of a sudden you hear, like Mussolini, you know, CM Punk's coming out. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker head to the gorilla position, to the front, like to the ramp or whatever. I don't know what you'd call it in this show because it looked, the setup they had was a little strange. And nope, he didn't come out that way. He came out from the crowd somewhere, and he's behind Rollins, hits him with a GTS, runs to the crowd, and the show's credits roll, and that's the end. And that's all she wrote. Overall, alright episode of Raw. Raw, whichever way you want to say it. I'm from the South, so we say raw. Man, that meat's too raw. You need to cook it. But yeah, it was alright. It's not like it wasn't a barn burner episode or anything, but it wasn't trash either. It was more entertaining than the last SmackDown we had, like I said, and there was some good promos in there. You know, I'm a big promo guy. That's a lot of times I like the promos more than the actual matches. If it's like a CM Punk promo or like a John Cena promo, especially a current John Cena promo, because he's old. He's not as good as he used to be in the ring. Not as quick as he used to be, at least. He's still good in the ring. I do like his matches, but I'd rather just listen to him talk on the microphone. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys did like it, drop it a like. If you did not, then drop it a dislike. If you guys want to see more videos like this, hit the sub button. We'll see more. Other than all that stuff, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
I ain't got no more talking.